400 viewers. Do you think I should start now? I know it's early for everybody, isn't it? It's probably not a good time to be live, actually, at this time, 8:15. No, you need to come on early. We need you first thing. Oh, hi, MT. Should we do the news theme? I like that. Alexa, oh, for fuck's sake, this phone. Alexa, play the BBC news theme.
I don't know that one.
Alexa, volume 10. Is that too loud? Alexa, play the BBC news theme.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Alexa, play the BBC news theme. What's wrong with this?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Oh. I've got that wrong. Alexa, play the BBC news theme.
I don't know that.
Alexa, play some music.
Here's a mix for you on
so
Amazon
she's working.
Music.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, play the BBC One theme tune.
Here's Trappist 1, B, C, D by Lucius
Alexa,
Fox
stop.
on Amazon.
Alexa, play the 10 o'clock news theme. Alexa, play the 10 o'clock news theme. She's going to be soon going out the window. Alexa, play the news theme. Alexa, stop. She's broken. Alexa, play some music.
Sorry, something went wrong.
Alexa, play the EastEnders theme tune. Let's unplug and put it back in. Let's play some of these videos about EQ anyway, and then I will play that. Okay. This is about G Crew.
Master plan from the start. It was his master plan. If you think about it like this, everybody. I was big in G Crew ups, always have done, never said a bad word about them, always championed them because I'm a loyal person and a loyal friend when I'm your friend. So then I was bigging him up on my live, and then somebody uploaded footage from his Twitch where he'd been slagging me off. And he goes, what lies did I tell? Well, all lies, because you weren't actually on the holiday with me in DC Dector, so you're just speculating. It's not truth. It's none of those things because you're not there to even make a comment. So he did that and then was poking at me. He joined DC Dector's live. You remember going, bigging himself up, going, what lies did I tell? And he played it again and everything. When I'm your friend before you shit on me. So he was joining DC Dector's box. He knew.
Well, you can't actually exactly see anything. Doesn't matter, man.
He knew. So then when he was in the box that day and he was lying about his mental health, like he's been lying for weeks about, he then, off the back of that, on the Sunday when Weekly started, he made £30,000 last week off the back of that argument with me because he wasn't relevant until he started saying things about me. And then I reacted. Worst thing I could have do was react, you know what I mean? So I don't display bad behaviour. I get poked and poked and poked and poked and poked and poked and poked. And then I go, da-da! And then it's, oh my God, look what she said. But I'm allowed to be bullied for weeks, you know what I mean? Have lives made about me, be laughed at, be mocked, be skittered at. And then when I finally go, boom, it's a big shock to everybody. Master plan from the start. It was his master plan. If you think about it like this, everybody. I was big in G Crew ups, always have done, never said a bad word about them, always championed
that's
them.
gone from about. So I don't know what that's about, to be honest with you, but I'm sick. So see if we can see if we get any other videos with regard to the G Crew situation. Right.
Fine. Right, okay, let's just... Master plan from the start. A song out on Sunday. Master plan from...
Fine. $1 million.
Oh. What's this?
This platform or any other platform.
Toulouse Angie doesn't like victim shaming if it's her... What?
It's for your mouth.
Clappy gate, but anyone else, her platform was all about it.
It's been brought out already. It's already over the news.
It's for your mouth. Let me know if you need a bigger piece.
This platform or any other platform, it's been brought out already. It's already over the news.
It's for your mouth.
No, there's a different love. When things are off TikTok, it's it's very, very, very different. Things should stay on TikTok. Crime is very different to what did you put? Angie doesn't like victim shaming if it's Clappergate. Oh, I see what she said. Victim shaming. Oh, I can assume she's talking about the Lisa Marie situation. Oh, well, I'm only going to talk about that once because it's been spoke about all the time. I do believe the family, so there you go. I don't think what Lisa Marie has said is the truth. There you go. Right.
We'll go on holiday.
Right, guys. Anyway, I'm going to show you the videos I've got because I don't think that's I think they're quite old. A lot of those videos there. Morning, Alexa. Play the BBC theme tune. You've got to get it. Alexa, play the BBC theme tune.
Here's A, B, C, D
Alexa,
by Vicky
stop.
Arledge on
Alexa, play the BBC theme tune.
A, B,
Have I
C,
got something
D
wrong?
by Vicky Arledge
I
on
swear
Amazon
to
Music.
God, Alexa, you shut your mouth. Alexa, stop. That's what I've been playing, BBC News theme tune. Alexa, play the BBC News theme tune.
Here's BBC News Theme by TV Theme Tune
What have I
Factory
said
on
it?
Amazon Music.
And good morning and welcome to the MT Delusive FYP morning show. This is the place to be where all the drama is. This is the platform where we do look at both sides. We always run with the receipts, unlike a lot of other people. We've got the majority of things right on TikTok. Stay tuned. Alexa, stop. Stay tuned, guys. Oh, so we'll be discussing the DG Dave situation. I've also got some other videos that I'd like to show you. We will then be opening the boxes and you could be having your say. So it's not 7:54, guys. We've got 600 people in here. That's brilliant considering I am using MT's photo. I've got to feel so evil. Right. Let's get down to business. Okay. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to show you some clips, guys, okay? Right. Okay, let's get down to business. Or should we start at 8 o'clock? We'll start at 8 o'clock, so I like to, got to keep them waiting a little bit. Tap and share the live, tap and share. Let's go. Let's get to 1K, guys. Yes, I always go with receipts. If you ever want me to do exposures or to look into things, please do come with receipts. Angie, please mute Minnie. Who's Minnie? Get on my... No. You start at 1 p.m. and I team meeting at 12. Oh, you don't make us wait. We are not waiting. Oh, for goodness sake. Is that Harley there? Angie, where's your receipts? Receipts for what? Where's my receipts for what? Now, yes, I've said things. I've always come with receipts, love. Always. Let's get down to business. Yes, we'll have all the goddamn FYP, you bitches. Right. If I do get bananaed, I will be on Delusive Angie 1, which you might be doing me a favour because then I don't have to put MT's photo up. Right. Doing it now, already done. Oh, okay. Right, so we're going to show you some videos, guys. Let's go. First of all, I want to just mention this, right, because we're going to talk a little bit for the next just 2 minutes, because I don't want to give them my airtime on Comment Cafe. So they're trying to set me up, basically, and they are saying to people, they're stirring the pot, basically. So I've got a screenshot here, and I will read it out. And bear in mind, they are a troll group, okay, guys. So it's got here, like, it just starts with, she hasn't got a clue. So they're talking about me. She's going to be fuming when she finds out. I was shocked to see who it was. I just found out a message from one of Angie's mods from when she was doing the rankings. I'm debating whether to post it here or in the group chat. And then someone has put, guys, quick, if you haven't read it, check whoever message in GC, or what's that, group chat. It's quick. That's what they've put anyway. But the reason I'm mentioning that, because, someone kind of thought I was upset last night. I'm not. Don't believe Comment Cafe. They're now going to come up with a story that they've contacted my sister. and stuff like that. So don't believe it, guys. They seem to think I actually go on Comment Cafe. I only found out about this last night. Comment Cafe, since Zia's teeth started to send roses in that battle, on a glove to try and destroy my battle, you can thank Zia's teeth. You're all blocked from my live, and I will not be talking about you again after this. And I don't watch you. I don't go on Comment Cafe, so I didn't even know any about this. So you're doing your little setup without me even knowing about it. So it was a little bit kind of embarrassing, failed. So yeah, so thank you, Zia's teeth, for that. I won't be mentioning you again. So I just want to let you know there, guys, don't believe anything what Comment Cafe says. They are a troll group. They do not come with the truth. Okay, they don't. What they do is edit things. Right. So we got that out of the way. Let's go into the videos then, shall we? Okay. Right. Now, I want to discuss this one. Even though I don't want to drag the Lisa Marie Cockapoo situation on, I think I will play this, okay? And then I will be opening the boxes soon, guys. So let me show you. It's actually made me chuckle a little bit, one sec. Okay. Let's play. Right. Wasn't playing.
Try 192, and there's another one, but I don't know if you've got the VPNs you can get on the UK side. I'm not too sure, but or maybe it might, I don't know if it works from where you are or not. Like I said, I'm probably gonna get attacked by these clicks now. Because getting involved in the cockapoo shit, fuck the cockapoo shit, fuck the whole lot of ye as well. Not in the boxes, but the whole lot of them while they come at me. All I'm trying to advise is some lovely ladies on how they might find a person. That's all. I'm not involved in no clicks, yeah? All right? All right, listen. Good morning. No worries. Take care. All the best.
Have a good day.
Bye, FYP.
See you later.
See ya.
This will be on the FYP. Tony Official was in Canadian.
Tony, I'm putting it up tomorrow. Tony Official decides to work with Canadian Angie's bully boxes.
The bully boxes, Tony Official.
That's funny.
So basically, they're trying to how to find cockapoo. So they are trying to find cockapoo. It's kind of weird behaviour. And what made me chuckle was sorry, is when Tony Official said he said, "Well, try 192," like it was some kind of secret. That kind of made me chuckle a little bit. I thought he was going to come out with something like, well, there's an app, there's a site, or, there's an undercover kind of, that you can actually find people when he says 192. That made me chuckle. So anyway, Canadian Angie's still going about the Lisa Marie Cockapoo situation. It's actually, listen, if there's more evidence, I'm happy to talk about it, but they're so fixated on the more cockapoo, I think. So fixated, and it's become a little bit creepy and a bit weird. You know what I mean? Very, very, very bizarre behaviour. So there you go. I've actually blocked Canadian Angie now because I do think she is a flip-flop. It's just very bizarre behaviour. Blast from the Past 192. Yeah, so I thought that was quite funny. I thought from Tony, he's going to come out with something, like there's some secret app. So that was really funny. So anyway, there's others I want to play. We'll get to the Dave situation and DG, but I want to play this one that someone has sent me. I don't know if she's on here at the moment. Let me just turn this volume. Is it up? There you go.
Stutter. That'd be perfect.
Right.
What?
Turn that all up.
Irish.
Sorry, if you can say that without the stutter, that'd be perfect. What did you say there?
You Irish.
Yeah, I'm Irish. Yeah. So how much do you weigh?
How much do I weigh?
Yeah.
Why?
Sorry, I wasn't asking you. What's your name? Ember. Someone in the conference will have an argument with all night.
I weigh the same as
all night, and I just repeat what he's saying, you know. So he said, "How much do you weigh?"
I weigh the same as your mum.
What's your name? Amber.
Amelia.
Oh, Amelia, that suits you. That suits your French style. That name.
I think that's it. So that's M. She comes into my live. I call it M's, but it's MB. I think I could be wrong, but I think this guy. You know, she sent me this video. I think he's trolling her. He's definitely trolling her. You know, he did say about the stutter as well, which you know is. You got to realize also, guys, it is social media. Unfortunately, you're going to meet idiots like this. Yeah, you know what I mean. So this guy, I don't know who he is because I've only got the video. But obviously after the DG situation, I mean, whether he wants to be on the FYP, I don't know. He's definitely trolling. I don't think he's probably like that off TikTok to ask for someone's weight, you know, it's and stuff like that. I know, but you know what? Sometimes you just can't look too much into stuff like this because he's definitely trolling her. He's an idiot. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of, you know, more the, you know, when she had the stutter at the beginning, I think. Can't stand DG, to be honest. Yeah, we're going to be discussing the DG and Dave situation in a second, guys. I've got, well, actually, we're going to talk about it now. Let me talk about it. This is a Dave one. Everyone.
Good morning to you. Just a little message out there, guys. There's a load of people inboxing me. There's loads of fake accounts in Dave Duran's. So they're adding people up, so it's not me, okay? Now, I can't imagine why anybody would want to make an account of Dave Duran's. Because I'm just a dosser.
So anyway, Dave Duran, people were saying he was really upset last night. I don't know whether he was crying or not, but some people were saying that he was. Now, I know that a lot of people have created fake accounts of him. You know, he is being trolled and he gets reported a hell of a lot. You know, probably just as much as I get reported, he gets reported probably. And you know how I'm always getting reported. So he is on the weekly. He's, you know, he did come back last night and I think he was number 2. I don't know what he is now. Let's have a look. He is number 3. He's actually live now. He's number 3 on the weeklies, but we will be discussing a bit of Dave, you know, we're not opening the boxes, and also men's mental health, I think, which is very important to discuss also. Okay, so now we're going to go into the other videos of the DG situation. Let me see what I've got here. Oh. And all right, here we go. We've got 2 videos. What, I don't know which ones I'm going to play first. So this is the Wolf and JC talking about DG.
The thing is, it's just it happens, that sort of stuff. But I promise you now, he'll rather take a couple of days off, he'll come back on tonight, and he'll just be like, you know what, I'm not letting him win. I know what he's like. Oh, here we go. Oh, bless you, man. So much jealousy in it. Oh, bro, I've just had it in now. I've just had it in, like, you apparently gifting yourself and all that shit. Oh. Me? Yeah. Do you know what makes me laugh when this happened? I think myself 10 unis and what? Yeah. Do you know what makes me laugh when this happened? It's not exactly hard to see. The wolf sent the wolf 10 TikTok universes. I didn't exactly hide it under a fucking... It's like people who have these box debates and that, they think that the judge and the executioner, so they expect you and say, you have to come in this box and explain yourself, you have to do this, do you know what I mean? And then they sit there and slander him and slander him and slander him to the point where you do go in. And then what they're doing then is they're just putting a tiny bit of fish food in for then that person to buy, do you know what I mean? And that's where he gets his shit from. So I had to come away, I couldn't handle it. I don't know how he handles it, to be fair. I really don't. Like, he gets so much fucking at this because you're relevant. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't get a lot of this what Dan gets. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I have all these sort of people that they just get blocked. Do you know what I mean? So there's like that fucking mama guy, whatever he's called, he's been blocked straight away. But Dan always like
tries to defend himself, but then, like you say, it always drags him into shit. Always. Yeah, but it's one of them, bro. It gets to that point where, like, all these fucking creators think they're fucking clever with saying the shit that they say until someone just can't handle it anymore. And it's always then when they go, well, I didn't think he'd do that. And it's always, I didn't think. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. He could be struggling right now. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But like you say, it's hard for men to actually say to people, I'm struggling. Do you know what I mean? It's hard. Because we're alpha males, we don't like to tell people our issues. Like, I don't tell people my shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, at all. And I promise you now, like, the trolley walls on here, yeah? Like, my best mate did himself in 2 weeks ago, and I've not said a fucking thing to anyone. But do you want me to tell you why I say this sort of stuff? Is because you don't understand what people are going through. So you might be going in and saying the odd thing to this one person who's literally on the last legs, and you go in thinking you're clever. Do you know what I mean? And it just takes that one thing for them to go, do you know what, I don't want to do it anymore. And then you just think, oh, I'm just going to move to the next person. Do you know what I mean? I don't bring my shit to the out because I don't want to affect other people. But I promise you now, chill. Because it ain't fun and games when you're pissing around with people's mental health.
Yeah, so that's about DG. DG's left the app, right? When I say he's left the app, he's probably gone to have a break, but a lot of people are saying he's left. But, you know, he has left before due to his mental health. There's two, you know, I look at that, look at this in two ways. I look at it the fact that, yeah, we've got to look at men's mental health, okay? And I know that what he said, listen, I stand by my decision. It's not that deep. But, you know, it is social media. You know, he's huge on here. He is going to get trolled also. You know what I mean? He's going to get, you know, bullied because that's what people do, unfortunately. You know what I mean? We don't live in a perfect world. People do bully on social media. And I do, but I think, you know, like I said, I've always said he's his own worst enemy by defending himself, you know, and he needs to be a little bit like CLA. CLA's got really thick skin, you know, although she does bite back, she don't get really involved in the drama. She has her own drama. She stays in her own lane. And I think with DG, he just needs to ignore, you know, when he does something wrong, says something wrong, he just needs to go on his own platform, not in anyone's boxes to give them clout, and just go on his own platform and say, this is the situation. I'm not going to be talking about it after today. You go with your opinion and that's it, and shut it down. And I think that because he goes into people's boxes, it gets continued. And that's the worst thing that he could have done, is gone into someone's box that wanted the clout, like Charlie wanted the clout. He didn't really give a shit about, you know, anything he had done, right? He wanted the views and the views only. And if he hadn't done that, it probably would have stayed in that live. It wouldn't have come out of that live. But because he went in there, the views went up, you know, and then other people going in there, not even his supporters, but just everybody. So it kind of got spread across TikTok. But I think he has learned now not to go into other people's boxes. I have learned that. I go in people's boxes that might be talking about me, like, say, for example, if it's Pearl, not that she does, but, you know, Pearl or people that have already got their clout. I wouldn't go into people's boxes that are small creators that need the clout. And I tell you, because there is a difference, and I tell you why. Because a lot of small creators are doing it to build up their platform. Where someone like Pearl, DG, or Miss Red, or whoever it may be, have already got their platform. They're not doing it they might be doing it for their views or whatever, but do you get what I'm saying? They've got their own clout. The worst is, right, is going to someone's box, giving them views. The next minute they're slating you for the next 5 weeks. Yes. And that does really piss you off. I tell you that. But with, you know, if it's someone that's I wouldn't be too bothered about it, you know what I mean? So I've got to play the other video, and then I will be opening the boxes. If people want to request the box, guys. Okay.
His name muted out of my chat. He doesn't want people coming in and going, DG this, DG this, DG this.
One set top, Bill.
Wants to be left alone. That's it. That's his basic what he said. He knows where I am if he needs me. He knows I'm a phone call or text and half an hour away. He knows all that. He literally just says, I just want to be left alone. That's it. Yeah. He doesn't want people fucking holding lives about him. But at the end of the day, obviously, we know drama lives and all them lot are going to do it because obviously they're going to want to speak about it or whatever else. But at the end of the day, I think he just doesn't want his mates talking about it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, you can put the keyword in my life, guys. DG. Put the keyword in my life. Makes sense. Because I feel like when you start constantly having people go, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" You get to the point where you're just like, "Oh, will you fuck off? I just literally want to be left alone." And I get it. I've been there. But like, respectfully, just literally doesn't want. He doesn't need. He knows, truthfully, his followers who watch him day in day out always care about him. But what he's saying is he doesn't want people constantly messaging, going, "Are you all right, mate? What's going on?" Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine having thousands of people messaging you the same stuff. He knows that you love him, he knows that you like him, and he knows that you're there for him. But respectfully, he just doesn't want anyone contacting him. He just literally just wants to be left alone. That's it. And then, other than that, that's it. That's all he said he wants. That's it. He just
Crazy how breath actually stinks in person as well, bro.
What?
I was just saying, like, basically, your breath, it smells great in person.
Bro, you smell like a wax man. With your cheap perfume.
All right, so that's it, guys. So when I said, sorry, I just want to get to this comment here. When I said small creator, what I'm talking about, right, is I even said if people want to go live, I'm happy to help them. You can message me, no problem, yeah? But I'm talking about creators, more creators that have got only about 20 views, 30 views, whatever they may have, that are talking about me. Why would I jump in the box, or they've got something to say, I've said something or done something. Why would I jump in the box for their views to go up, for it to be spread around TikTok, when they're only sitting on 20 viewers that probably no one else will be talking about afterwards? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense, does it? When a lot of the time they're just doing it to build up their platform. I don't mind building people's platform, not on the back of me slagging me off though.
Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Hi, Edna. You're right. Let me just change the setting.
Well, we like your big screen.
Men's mental health is something maybe we should mention also, guys. Hi, Top Girl.
Morning. How are you feeling, empty? You know what? Like, I feel like everybody in the chat knows how I feel about DG, and he's done this before. And as Angie the Grinch just said, he'll be back for resets, guys. He'll be crying. He will go on the weekly rankings, and that's all it's about to me. I'm sorry, you've done it once before. Once bitten, twice shy kind of thing.
I just want to say, I think
over the weeklies.
I do think it is, because like the other day in Pearl's box, he was like, nothing affects me, you know, I'm the Lord, whatever. He's just chatting load of, like, he thinks he's unstoppable. He can say what he wants about people he's affected, mimicking disabled people. He doesn't care. He's a father. He has no empathy towards other people. He's just all about money. And he's doing it for the weekly rankings. I don't care what anyone says.
I agree,
The daily
because
rankings then, guys, sorry, it'll be easier for him to get on the board then, won't it? Pure arrogance.
it worked for G Crew, so
Yeah, but you know, I'll say this again, you know, even though I didn't really want to talk about the disability stuff, I know that he didn't say what he said or did what he did to mock disability. He did it to mock people that are stupid. And if that's what you think of, just disability as being stupid.
No, he weren't targeting everyone. It's some like people who are disabled. Like, he was mimicking them and calling them simple. So you can say
The difference is, though, he really wasn't. Please believe me. He really wasn't. He was mocking people that are stupid. You know, why are you so stupid? It's like, duh, you are so
that's
stupid.
like everyone has a different aspect
really
of seeing life. I think everyone has a different aspect of seeing life, but the way I saw it and the way people have like messaged me and said, like, you know, I'm so upset, I do have a disability and I do have like a speech impediment, and you know, thank you for speaking up and stuff like that. So like, come on, you might not think it is, but some people might.
People overreacted about it. You know what I mean?
Everyone has a right to overreact.
If that's what you think disabled people act like, then who's mocking it?
No, I feel like everyone has a
honestly, think about it, guys. Do you actually think disabled people act act and talk like what
Not
DG.
not all, Angie. Like my sister is severely disabled. She doesn't speak like that, but some people do. So we need to like think about the whole as a whole, not just individual cases.
I remember though, Top Girl, I don't believe, DG is a big platform. He would come on here deliberately mocking,
I don't think he did it deliberately. I think it just come out of his mouth.
It came out of his mouth, yeah, and because he really was mocking people that was really stupid on TikTok, and believe me, there's quite a few people that are. And I don't think there was anything more to it. I think anyone that's insulted by that, or triggered, affected by that, I think they're the ones mocking disability, because they must think this is how.
No, Angie, that's not fair for you to say. That's not fair for you to say, because like I'm not a disabled person, yet I still had empathy for people who have felt some sort of way because of that comment that he made.
I just think people, I honestly do think people, I don't treat disability different to myself, right? If I feel that someone with a disability has done wrong, I will call it out. Well, depending on, obviously, they have different needs, so I suppose it depends on that, obviously, because, some people with a disability can be classed as vulnerable, so it's different. But I don't treat them differently. You do. Everyone on TikTok here treats disability different. You do, and you've proven that by what... DG said. He didn't target anybody. He didn't actually go for anyone's disability. He didn't do any of that. There was no intentions behind what he said to be, to target anyone with disability, but you thought he had. You guys here treat disability different. You guys think disability acts like, and all that. This is what you guys are saying. So
I am disabled, and I do stay at home, and I am disabled, and I don't find what he said offensive.
Exactly.
Can I just say, if you're going to have the same energy for DG, then have the same energy for EQ.
We do have the same energy for EQ. Why does everybody?
Top Girl, I see
no, let me just finish, because you just said no.
EQ.
One second, Top Girl, please let her speak.
Yeah, but she's talking about me, to me.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about if you have the same energy for DG, and you want to call him out for making them comments, then you need to call out EQ. She does not only mock disability and call disability, she says, I'm your queen, she gets away with it. No, she doesn't only just do that, she calls people pedlos, she tells people that they're interfering with their own children. I'm sorry, but if you're going to come with the energy for DG, anybody, then come with the same with EQ, because they don't.
Can I speak now?
Yes.
Right. So I have had the exactly same energy for EQ. So you must have missed that chapter. Because if I see something wrong, even if it doesn't affect me, but if somebody is affected, I will speak up for it, just Nana. So please, can you not say that I don't? You're not.
Did I say you? I'm saying that anybody.
You just said you.
Oh, because you were talking over me then. I said I am disabled and I didn't find offensive. I'm not saying anybody else shouldn't find it offensive. I'm saying I didn't find it offensive. I find it offensive when
because you like him.
on about pedlos.
You found that offensive, did you?
Me?
Top Girl.
To me, I can't I had more empathy for people who did find it offensive, because I'm not a disabled person, so I can't have the same feelings as a disabled person. So just Nana, just because you've felt like it was okay, but people who have inboxed me and said, you know what, thank you for speaking up for us because we don't have a voice, I'm so glad I did, because to me at some point I did think he was mocking it.
But if that's how they feel, that's fair enough. Everyone's entitled to feel how they want to feel.
And that's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm disabled and I didn't find it offensive. That's me, not anybody else, me.
Yeah.
And
Good morning, Angie.
About EQ, I find her offensive because I have been essayed and I find her very offensive.
Yeah, me too.
Calling people out on children. You can't do that.
See, and can I just point out, because you've you've just said, you found one thing offensive, but you didn't find the other. I'm just saying, some people find things offensive and some people don't. It doesn't mean that we're all wrong. It's just how an individual is feeling at that time.
Can I just say, excuse me, can I just say about that regarding, just jumping in there, SA is SA, and she mocked SA, and, you know, and took the mickey out of SA. So if anybody's been affected by that, which a few of us have here, you know, for, as children or whatever, then we're going to take that. It really did affect us horrendously, because it's one thing. But I'm also disabled. I'm bedbound, housebound. I've got lots of illnesses. I'm not moaning. I'm just saying. And I have doctors coming out weekly and nurses and things. I did not take one word of DG offensive at all. I like that lad. I watch him for months and months and months, and I don't think he's got a bad bone in his body. I really don't.
Can I just say something? Because somebody said in the comments, stop deflecting and stop bringing it back to EQ. The reason I mention EQ is because if you are triggered, oh, sorry, you are echoing. If you are not affected by EQ's comments about disability, then you're not affected by DG, because they pretty much said they did the same thing.
Exactly.
So this is my point. I think this is just Nana's point. If you support EQ, you know, even what she said, how you got to go at DG for the same thing? You know, make sense. So some people maybe have a dislike for DG, and they're using this for their dislike for him, or because he's a big creator, or whatever the reason may be, and that's not fair to do that.
He didn't mean it like that. He did not mean it as in physical disabilities or mental in that way disabilities. He's just on about, like you said, Angie, and quite rightly, stupid people.
Yeah. Oh, and believe me, I know about.
That's what he means. That's what he's talking about. Half-baked people that, you know, have only been in the oven for 2 minutes and should have had 20 minutes.
I think
probably myself as well, and go touch some grass.
And we're all a bit like that. We can all be a bit like that.
Everyone see the world differently. If we all saw the world the same, it would be a boring world. Like, everyone sees everything differently. Some things that, you know, people see that offensive, other people think, oh, just get over it, kind of thing. So we can't take away from people's feelings.
Because DG's a big creator, that everybody comes for him.
No,
I can't see how anybody could pick on him. He's a lovely person.
Can we just hear from Edna, please? Because I think we're going round in circles now.
Actually, wait a minute. Can we hear from Tom? Well, hi, Tom.
Hi, you all right?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Good. Obviously, I always jump in your boxes every now and again. So, me personally, I'm a house manager. I look after autistic people, verbal, non-verbal, all people with different kind of learning disabilities. I'm there 50 hours a week, week in, week out. For me, personally, was it offensive? Yes, what DG did. Okay. What you have to think about is the disabled people that are speaking now, they are fully verbal within their voices, okay? But the disabled people who struggle with their voices and have speech impediments and stuff like that, and autistic people, it was highly offensive what DG did.
Yeah. See, maybe I need to see it from that kind of view, and I haven't done that because I don't know anybody that is disabled in the way you've said. So maybe if imagine if I had someone or a child that was disabled or my parent was disabled, maybe I'd see it in a different.
Yeah, because obviously everyone speaking right now, okay, is fully verbal. Yeah.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No disrespect to you, Tom.
Yeah, but you have a physical disability, okay? You don't have the speech impediment or anything like that comes with a disability. Okay, so you've got a voice. But other people haven't got a voice.
Yeah, basically I just came to say exactly what Tom was saying. I am a parent of a non-verbal, severely autistic boy, and the way DG mocked, the only way I can best describe it to you all is it is exactly the way that my son is. And yeah, obviously, if you are not somebody who is in that position, you are not going to find it as offensive as everybody else. But me personally, it was like him personally mocking my own boy, because that's exactly how my boy looks and speaks and behaves, and it's like I said, it's just very, very.
I understand that, but
and I do understand that that wasn't the intent behind it. I 100% understand that, but you still can't take away the fact that some people are in that position and have kids like this, and it's just very upsetting to watch a big creator like that just do that, you know?
Yeah, I understand that because it's social media and it does have a big platform. I suppose, yeah, you've got to be careful what you say and do. And, you know, and of course, me too as well. So I do understand that, you know, but there was no intention behind it. But do you think we should maybe educate people instead of attacking someone, you know?
Absolutely. I think absolutely everybody should get that chance, that second chance at redemption. If they do it again, then that's who they are, you know, but definitely without dedication, like there's no need to go attacking, bringing up all of these lives constantly. It's just over and over and over, reminding people of, you know, what's been going on. And there does need to be the education behind it. People do need to be given that breathing space to learn from the things that they've done. Like I said, I do believe the intention wasn't there behind it, but obviously it's been received like that.
Mocking, you know, stupid people, you know, and maybe just realize that would be offensive towards a disabled community. But should we be hating on someone for not realising?
No, education is always the way to go in anything. If anybody ever says anything, you know, give them that chance to be a better person from it. Don't go straight on the attack. They're the terrible person.
You know,
everybody says something. Nobody is perfect.
He's stupid for saying it. At the end of the day.
I think DG, maybe if he was to come back, you know, efforts to continue what he's done, maybe hold alive with people in the boxes that do have people with a disability, to maybe educate people and say, listen, there's no intention behind it. We understand that. But as, you know, I've got I've got disability myself, you could say, do you know what I mean? And educate people.
Absolutely. I think, like I said, I agree with you with it, Angie. I don't think attacking people, holding all these lives is the way to go.
No.
Everybody, we all mess up. Everybody, and we all deserve that chance to be a better.
I mean, sometimes the lack of education or ignorance. You know, I don't think it's ignorance. I think it's definitely lack of education, because, you know, there's attention behind it. It was not deliberately trying to offend anybody. You know, I mean, being offensive to anyone, and deliberately.
With DG, he does a lot of things for comedy, and. I don't think sometimes, you know, sometimes he does, there's a fine line, isn't there? You know, some people tread a fine line with comedy. And I just think he didn't quite realise, you know, what that would mean, you know? Like I said, I honestly don't believe he's a bad person. I don't believe the intention was there behind it. But I do believe it was definitely, obviously, a lot of people have been offended by it.
Yeah. What about comedies, though? You know, comedians. You know, they do mock, don't they? I mean,
they do, yeah.
Angie, but back in the days, remember, like, a lot of things that we are taught now that are not okay. Back in the days, it was like, now you wouldn't see a comedian mocking.
Oh, no, you do. You would see, you know, some of these stand-up comedians, they do mock, you know what I mean? Whether it's deliberate or not, I don't know, but they do.
Maybe.
Can I just say something, Ange?
Yeah.
What I keep coming up with EQ is, right, so I see DG, I don't watch him all the time, but what I see about DG, he's a good content creator. And yes, he made a mistake, and he shouldn't have done that, because this lady and Tom, they've got every right to feel that way. Mm-hmm. But what I'm trying to say, with EQ, no one goes on an air, she says she's been called out at that moment in time, but she carries on doing it. With DG, I don't believe he's going to if he thought for 1 minute he hit Louise and Tom because they're around that environment, I truly believe that DG would be apologetic and say, I'm sorry if I've offended anybody. With EQ, she keeps going in and in and in on the same thing. And it's always about children and it's always about SA all the time, calling people pedlos. I'm sorry, but when you say something and you're wrong about saying something and you hold your hands up, that's one thing. But when you keep going on at people, same as she keeps, every time I'm in the box, she comes up with, people are transferring it to me. I don't agree with that. She is who she is, and that's it. She's just an everyday person. But when she keeps going in on people about peddlers and stuff like that and playing with the kids, it's not okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I do feel that EQ does get a free pass. Well, it's EQ. Well, it's an act. But I'm talking about comedians, and people are saying, "Well, no, it's not acceptable these days." So how is it acceptable for EQ if it's an act? If she's just very similar to a comedian?
You think she gets away with it because she says it's in my name, evil?
I mean, people keep saying it's not about EQ. It's not about EQ. You're right. It's not about EQ. But if you support EQ, and she said, a lot of things, then you can't be affected by the DG thing, then can you? If you support EQ, it doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Hi, Leanne.
Hiya. I just want to say, I have 3 children with autism, and one of them is non-verbal. So I did find it offensive with what he said, and even when EQ said it, I was the first one to cuss her in the comments, but she hasn't actually said it for a while, from what I've seen of her. But what we do is we keep referring back to EQ, whereas we do need to deal with who's saying it right now.
Yeah.
And that's DG.
Yeah, and 100%. But all I'm just saying, you can't support, don't you? I hope these people that have got these opinions on DG are supporting EQ.
No, she's just as bad, but she hasn't said it for a while, because when she did say it, she did get told by everybody.
But this is what I mean. So it offends you because you have got children in that way, and I understand that it affects you, and you're every right to say to DG that offended me for my children. But what I'm saying is, I've been SA'd and I've been traumatized as a child and growing up. So when she comes in the box and she doesn't learn by talking and calling people peddlers and talking about children being abused, no, that's not okay. I will call that out time and time again, because it's not just one time, it's not 2 times, it's not 3 times, it's on and on and on, and everyone gives her a free pass because she says her name's evil.
That's right.
Yeah, but I think half the people do this stuff on the app just to get the views, to get the attention, to get spoke about, and it actually happens. The more even EQ said it last night on her live, the more I do things, the more people talk, and that's what she wants.
Angie, I'll be back later, yeah?
Well,
Top Girl, just stay, because I'm going to just kind of reply to what I was saying to you.
No, I don't want to talk about it on here. You can message me.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just going to ask, is it okay for someone to do a hate slur or a disability slur or a mocking and then apologise for it, and then be able to comment on someone else doing it when they've done it?
If you've been educated on it and you've said right, okay, I didn't mean some people use that word in that way. Where I come from, it's not. Then I think it's acceptable.
No, Topco, you've taken this personally.
I have took it personally.
Yeah, you have taken it personally.
No, because you know what happened. No, right. Let me talk. If you're going to talk about me, let me talk.
That's all I'm saying. Don't talk over me, Top Girl, because all I'm saying to you is be careful as a friend. Be careful preaching to other people about them mocking and making slurs and stuff when you've done it yourself. That's
and one minute. And did I know the slur? If some people take it that way,
you said it twice. You did it again afterwards when everyone educated you.
I couldn't. But the second time I couldn't even remember saying it. Are you okay in the head, Life?
Yes, I am okay in the head. Top.
Clearly,
Well,
if you was like you saying as a friend, you would have messaged me instead of doing it on
I
here.
did message you, but as soon as I came up,
you haven't, because I've just inboxed you now.
I've just inboxed you now. You're going to drop because you knew what I was going to say.
Inboxed you now, and you've not messaged me back. What you want about?
You've just inboxed me back.
And then you just came on the live instead of inboxing me.
This is what I'm saying, the hypocrisy.
It's not hypocrisy because
you just asked her, is she okay in the head?
Guys, a question.
No,
Is there an apology?
If I'm okay in the head, guys. She asked me if I was okay in the head.
Yeah, exactly.
I brought up something.
Exactly. That's disgusting.
No, it is.
Can I ask you guys a question? Is an apology enough?
I didn't sit here and mock somebody intentionally. That's the difference.
You did.
I didn't call somebody simple. No, because I didn't know what the word meant to people. Life. There's a difference. I was retaliating to somebody.
I only came on. All I'm trying to do is point out a point here.
I'm not because you're calling me a hypocrite when it clearly it was a different way.
No one
wasn't.
can go around this app and comment on other people's behaviour when they have done similar behaviour themselves, had to apologise for it, and they're not accepting someone else's.
Okay, so shall we let's talk
That's
about
what I'm
this then.
saying.
When you was messaging me saying, I can't believe Angie is starting this live about Lisa, and then yesterday you brought people of Lisa's family and did exactly the same thing.
Top Girl, do you want me to go back into message? What are you going on about now? Why are you trying to
I've still got the messages. I've still got the messages.
I've got all your messages too.
That's
Why,
fine. Put 'em up.
Top Girl,
Put 'em up
why are you
then.
trying to put me in the
What's going
ground
on here?
because I've asked you a question?
Put
Because
'em
you
up
know
then.
I've got
No,
you.
I'm saying put 'em
because
up.
you know
You called
I've
me a
got
hypocrite
you,
when
and
you
you're
did
now
exactly
trying
the
to
same thing
deflect.
as Cockapoo
This
did.
is the kind of person you are, is it, Top
You
Girl?
did
Now I'm
exactly the
starting to
same
see your
thing as
true
Cockapoo
colours.
did.
Now I'm starting to see your true colours.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Because I asked you a question about something, you have tried to deflect it back onto
you're
me
calling me a
about
hypocrite, and I'm
Angie
just pointing
because
out
you
how
want
much
to
of a
now
hypocrite
cause
you
problems
are.
between me and Angie. Now that shows what kind of person you are, Top Girl. And that is why you are 47 mods to you are mods to
42 actually.
47 different people on this app
42,
because you have
42.
no loyalty. Because you are
42.
everywhere. When you
42.
are spread so thinly,
42.
it means you mean nothing, girl. Right?
42
I am
actually.
old enough to know that, so do not preach at me.
Well,
I
don't
have
call
not
me a
made
hypocrite
any
when you're doing
disability
exactly
slurs
the
to
same
anyone on
thing.
here. I have not made any hate slurs to anyone on here.
You
So
called
do
me a
not
hypocrite
criticise
when
me, my
you did
dear.
exactly the same thing that Cockapoo did.
Sorry, what did I do?
I said you
What did I
called me
do?
a hypocrite when you're the hypocrite when you did exactly the same thing that Cockapoo did.
What have I done? Tell me, what have I done? Come on,
Exactly
speak
the
it
same
right
thing
now.
you said.
What have
I can't
done,
believe
Top Girl?
I'm telling you.
Yep.
I can't believe Cockapoo has brought this to Angie. I can't sit and watch it, blah, blah, blah. And then you did exactly the same thing, brought her family to Angie's live.
Because
and
I
did exactly
understood
the same thing.
further.
So is that not
because I could
hypocritical?
see that I did not want to sit there and watch
Is that
someone
not
go through that.
hypocritical?
I could not do that for my own personal reasons, Copwell. That's why I was not in that
Is
live.
that not hypocritical?
If Angie
I'm just
looks
saying,
at
is
her
it
mod in that
hypocritical,
live,
yes or
she
no?
will see that. For my own personal reasons, which I am not willing to tell the whole world
is it
about, because I do
hypocritical,
not,
yes or no?
do not think it is right to do that
You're
yet.
coming
I
out
could not watch that live. I then
can you
spoke
put
to
a
the family
school run?
afterwards because they contacted
You did
me,
exactly the same
Top
thing,
Girl.
live.
What have I done wrong? What have
Can
I
I
done
just say
wrong,
one
Top
thing?
Girl?
I need to go in the school
You
run.
are the one who goes
You
round
brought
and
this
you have
girl's
done
trauma
disability
to the app.
slurs. You say the most
my
awful
place to
things to people in
PNG.
boxes,
Holy
and you
fuck.
think you can get away with it, and you think you can preach to everyone else because you are a Muslim. Bloody hell. And you do charity. I've heard you say it. Because I'm this, and because I do charity. You honestly, Top Girl, get a grip.
What you
You
want
don't
to
think
do
it's
me?
fair
to call her a
I asked you a
misfit.
simple question
I've never
about
said
whether
I'm
you
a
can
good
accept
person.
someone's
You act
apology
all
and
holier
move
than
on.
that.
Because you wanted
When
people
I've
to
said I'm a
accept
good
your
person.
apology
I just wanna go
and
on the
move
school
on.
run.
And you
Holy
could
fuck.
not accept someone else's apology
I
because
need
you
to know
do
when
not like
I've
DG.
said I'm a good person.
Because you do not like DG.
I'm
And you
asking
carried
when
it
I said I'm a good
on
person.
and on and on and
Life,
on.
tell me, when have I ever said I'm a good person?
Listen! 2 seconds, because I need to go in the school run. For anybody that is so upset over DG leaving, I still have my playlist from the last time he left. If anybody wants it, just send me a message. I'll send it on to you.
it.
Michelle,
Like,
can I
chill
ask
the
you a
fuck out.
question? One sec, guys. Michelle, has DG left for good, or is he having a break?
I have no idea.
He's having
I
a
don't
break.
care.
Oh, you don't like him then, I take it.
No, it's not that I don't like him, I don't dislike him, I just don't care.
You see, I don't really care about that. But what I do care about is people
what's
coming
happening
on
to
and
the
preaching
cult
to
this
other people
morning?
when they've done actions
Well, can we
themselves.
just stop
and won't
arguing? It's
accept
not even
people's
9 o'clock
apologies.
yet.
But
Exactly,
accept-
life. That's exactly what I'm saying. I've never claimed to be a good person, ever. Ever on this app, I've never claimed to be a good person.
So does that mean?
Can I just say something to guys? Can I say something to Top Girl and Life on the Edge, right?
Yeah.
I get how Top Girl feels, maybe a little bit betrayed, right? Because you're friends. I do understand that, but then I understand why you'd call that out because Top Girl, you did, well, we all know what happened, okay? But and I understand that, but I don't understand why people that you are friends, guys. Why Top Girl would throw Life on the Edge under the bus just then?
Shall I tell you why, Angie? Because I messaged her.
Why
I
do
inboxed
people
her.
when they fall out, right? They fall out. And
Angie, shall I tell you why? Because
Angie,
just
did I do
inboxed
anything?
her.
Have I
I've
sent
just
any
inboxed
messages?
her. Yeah, she chose
I've got the
to come on the
messages, Top
live
Girl.
and
I've got
say
the
what she
messages
wanted
the
to
same
say.
as you,
She could have
darling.
messaged on my inbox. I've just messaged her, and then she chose to jump on. That's the difference. And she's calling me a hypocrite when she's done exactly the same.
No, can
I've
I
never
just
claimed to
explain
be a
what-
good person.
Oh my God, Top Girl, please
we
let
talk
me
one
talk.
at a
time, please. Give me an headache.
I came into the live, okay, and I could hear Top Girl saying what she was saying about DG, and I was just sitting here having my cup of tea, and I was just thinking, God, that's a little bit hypocritical, isn't it? But she's my friend, so I'm going to say something to her. So I said to her, so what did I say to you in the comments? So I said to you in the comments, I said, be careful. I said, because you've already mocked yourself and it can be used against you. Did I not say that? Yeah. So that's a friend saying that to you, right? So then I've come into the box. As soon as I've come into the box, I wasn't even going to mention it in the box, Top Girl.
You just said, I said I was going to go, and you said I wanted to talk to you.
Top Girl, let me finish. You do not let people finish. Right?
Go on.
I came into the box, yeah, and all I was going to say, right, was to the whole panel, how do you feel if someone has done something like this in the past, they reflect, they realise their actions, and they say sorry? Is that then okay for them to be, that's it, that's squashed?
And
right, that's all I was going to ask, because Top Girl, if you were going to say yes, yeah, if you were at that point going to say yes, it is okay, then I was going to say to you, well, hold on a minute, you're not, do you understand what I'm saying? I was going to, comment you on that or comment other people on that. But as soon as I jumped in the box, what did you do, Top Girl? You went to leave because you knew that I maybe might say something to you.
No, because I'm eating right now. And I
eat online all the time.
Before you even jumped in, I unmuted myself and I was going to tell Angie I'm jumping out. And then you said, hold on, Top Girl, I wanted to talk to you.
I asked you to stay, didn't I, Top Girl?
Yeah, exactly.
Stay, don't jump.
But I inboxed you, so if you was being a true friend, like you said, you could have replied to my inbox, but you didn't.
I haven't had a chance, have I, Top Girl? It's just happened.
Yeah, because you wanted to come and do it on the live. Don't call me hypocritical when you've done stuff yourself. I've never claimed to be a good person.
Right, okay, Top Girl, what have I done? What have I actually done? What are you going to say? What Bella called me last night? Bella called me a friend to a paedophile last night. That's what Bella called me.
Why are you putting words in my mouth?
Because you're implying that I'm as bad as Cockapoo or as bad as the family because I wanted to give a family a voice because they approached me, Top Girl. That's
what Cockapoo did. And what did you say?
So what would you have done if they approached you?
I would have said, I don't want to get involved.
Well, you are getting involved because you just told everybody about people inboxing you. How upset they are.
I'm sorry, Ange,
the name
but
down.
why
Have I
is this
brought them to
on?
Angie's live? No. Are you okay?
And it's not fair for everyone on Top
okay in the head. She's asked me if I'm okay.
I'm talking to just Nana then. I was just talking to just Nana.
Top Girl, I've got no problem with you. What I'm trying to say is, when people are coming in boxes, like myself, and saying things, I'm saying it because I live it.
Exactly.
What, because I dislike somebody, I'm saying it because I live it.
No, she'll tell you why I don't dislike you.
Tell me,
shall I tell you why I dislike DG? Because he's the racist.
She's talking over you again. She'll talk over you. She won't let you talk.
But I'm not
what do you
calling
want from me?
out,
What do you want?
I don't even know what you've done. What I'm trying to say is, no one's starting on you. What I'm saying is, it would be hypocritical of me to come on here and turn around and say, well, you shouldn't feel like this, and you. But I haven't. I said, in my opinion, I would never call out anybody if I've done something myself. This is what I'm trying to say. But, so things do affect me, like disability, and things do affect me, like SA. So I will call people out. And the only person I know on this app that constantly keeps going on and on and on is EQ, because it affects me. She cannot keep going. It's the kids. It's the kids. When it's kids, I can. I was a child. I can't do it. But listen, everyone keeps saying to me, well, what about what Angie said? I didn't agree with what Angie said. But Angie at least can turn around and say she was sorry and she hasn't done it again.
Hey, can I ask you what I did, though?
That's what I'm saying. They're all saying, because you said about your brother and all this.
Oh, listen, I stand
me
if people want to be a woke snowflake and believe what I said and talk about SA and abuse when I was talking about consensual incest as very dark.
Yes, this is what I'm saying, and
I'm not
people saying to me
sorry.
that I'm being hypocritical, and I'm not, because you haven't done that. You haven't said that.
Yeah, and I want to
like now, telling me to come off
that live.
Why can't I speak out? Why is it everybody else can jump in from box to box to box? I go in your live and Pell's live, that's it. And why is it I can't go in and say how I feel, but Top Girl can go in every other boxes?
Right,
same
can
as
I
everybody
tell you
else
why?
down here can go in every other boxes.
Top Girl, she hasn't finished yet.
So, I'm talking live.
I'm not.
Let him finish, Top Girl, and then you can have your say.
honestly, I'm not coming for you, Top Girl. I don't know you at all. I don't know what you said or what you did. I'm saying the things that affected me. If they're going to have the same energy for DG because it's hurt them, which is valid in what they feel, then have the same energy for EQ. But what upset me with you the other day, Top Girl, if I'm honest, when I was in Pearl's box, I jumped out because EQ came in. I can't bear to be around that woman when she's talking like she does. So I chose to jump out. But when I hear you saying about DG, but then you sat talking to EQ, doesn't make sense to me.
Right, are you finished?
And the things like that doesn't, make sense.
And comments like that, right, are you
can I
finished?
reply? Because she was
Say
talking
things
to me.
like that when someone's finished. Right, have you finished? I mean, that's so disrespectful.
Ange, can I just say something though? Sorry, Top Girl.
Anyway,
wait, one sec, Hayley. Let Top Girl reply to Daphne, and then you can have
what's right. So the situation with me when I said that word, that man was mocking me. It was a retaliation, and the second time I didn't even remember saying it. So since then I've made it like a big thing for me to take it out of my vocabulary totally. I don't say it at all. But the first time I didn't know what people meant. It was a retaliation of somebody being racist to me, mocking my mental health as well. So let's not forget that it was a retaliation. What DG did, he was sat in his own live, and he was that conversation wasn't even about him, but he got himself involved. There's a difference between retaliation and sitting in your own fucking bedroom and mocking people. Yeah. The second thing with EQ, I've had many arguments with EQ. I don't understand why people saying why. After I even had that argument with DG, I was in GQ's live, and I was talking to DG there as well. So,
but it's hypocritical. That's what I'm saying.
Does that not mean I've not had it out with him?
But you are being hypocritical by saying that.
How?
I don't know you, and honestly, you could be the loveliest person in the world. But what, like,
I'm not though. I'm not
about that because what she said, but she did it in retaliation. So everyone comes at me because I still talk to Pearl, but I love Pearl, and I'm never going to change that. What you have just said to me, Top Girl, is you did what you did in retaliation. The next time you did it, you can't even remember doing it.
I can't.
But you have just said that your sister is disabled, and
I still said sorry and apologised.
Which is valid, and you can feel how you want to feel. But I'm saying, do not come in this box and turn around and say to everybody else,
I will.
That DG
because I've been educated on it and I've stopped saying it. I will, because
there's no point talking to you, Top Girl, because you don't want to listen to what other people have got to say.
No,
You're
because I've already been educated on it.
I'm trying to say, if you're going to have the same energy for DG, then have the same for EQ. And it's not just on one day, whichever you choose to. If it affected you that bad, like it does me with EQ, I would jump out the box time and time and time again, because I can't bear what she says about children.
But I have though. I don't understand. Every time she'll come in and I say you're a racist, you're a bigot, what do you want me to say to her?
Because you still
go to her house. I don't understand.
You don't just sit there and go, you're a racist, you this and this. You also have a joke with her. I can't stand that. That is hypocritical.
I think we've had jokes with EQ as well, sat in Angie's box. What you want about?
One second, can I just say something, Top Girl? I think with you, I think you've apologised and that's it. But what's the difference between, your apology and to DG? Because he has apologised, hasn't he?
That's all I was asking. It wasn't a personal thing.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Then you bring the family of Lisa into it again. Right, can I just say something? You bring the family of Lisa into it again.
No, as an attack towards me. As an attack. So she wanted to attack me personally.
Right, but can I just say, I have numerous times tried to apologise for my actions on Angie's live, right? And all I do is I am vile, I am sick, I need to go and get raped.
Wow.
So then I can feel the way she feels, right? And I have numerous times tried to jump into boxes and explain my actions. My actions, putting them photos up, was me not thinking or considering other people on this app. I was thinking just of myself because I was being selfish, right? With my essay, I was thinking of myself, right? But then people are jumping in and out of boxes and saying that girl needs to go and get gripped so she knows how she feels like. Right, I have been on the essay. I've been on that side of things, and I apologise if I hurt anybody with the pictures that I shown, because I wasn't considering anybody else. But for people to still keep saying Cockapoo brought them girls onto
delusive Angie's live was sick individuals, right? Yeah, I was wrong in what I did. But to still keep bringing us up in everybody's boxes, saying they shouldn't have done that, right? But what about when EQ brought that video of them on the Jenny Mikhail show? Is that not going to affect her mental health as well? Is that not going to affect her mental health as well?
Oh,
Are you
darling.
okay? Are you okay?
Oh, please don't be upset.
So, have you changed your name, Roxanne?
I've just put it, it's just me at the front of it.
Are you okay,
Right,
Roxanne?
Oh, okay.
Are you okay, sweetheart? Don't
Come
cry.
on. Listen, you've
all
got
us
your
are here.
story. And
I'm really
your story's
confused.
valid.
Sorry, I'm very confused. Roxanne, who are you?
Roxy.
I'm the one that came in the box and showed them pictures.
She was the. Unfortunately, this is Roxy, who was extremely triggered about 20 minutes before she came into your box, Angie. Remember, we were explaining it the other day.
Yeah, and we got to remember that she was triggered. And can I also just say about the same people that are saying, talking about the saying it was disgusting, were actually talking about the most awful things last night.
I've inboxed people to explain my actions on how I reacted, and I shouldn't have done it because I didn't take into consideration of other people on this app, because they're not taking into consideration of anyone else's feelings brought into this. Do you know what I mean? So I've inboxed people, but it's not right them going around saying that girl needs to go and get raped just so she can feel the way that Lisa feels. She's been brought out to be a liar, but yet they're still saying that we're wrong. We're wrong. Why are we wrong?
No, it's deflection because they can't apologise.
They can't apologise because they know, right? They have been leading her on in every box. They've been leading her on to talk about her situation, and she brought it onto the app, right? So when we explained that she brought it onto the app, she started this well before, and her platform got taken down. So she started again.
I mean, I said, though, I don't regret putting yourself and Cockapoo on, and I stand by that. I don't care what it is. It did go a little bit south, it happens at times. People need to realise it's not edited, it's live. Maybe we could have dealt with it differently. I have apologised for that.
I should have dealt with it differently, and I do apologise.
Yeah. But when you are triggered, we don't know, things do come out, don't they, right?
But when I tried to apologise to the other creators, and I'm like, please accept my apology. I wasn't thinking about anybody else because I was being selfish. I was thinking about myself on what I would do because I've been in that situation, and it's something that I would do and I didn't think. And I've tried to apologise, and they're like, no, you're full of shit. You need to go and get graped so you know how to feel like it. And I'm like, hang on a minute, I'm trying to explain. And then I get banned and everything else. You know what I mean?
Honestly, my comment wasn't targeted at you, and I don't agree with people messaging you that. That wasn't why I said what I said.
Yeah.
Listen, and everyone's going on about that they shouldn't have brought Cockapoo and them two sick girls onto this live, onto Angie's live, and make Angie a platform.
I didn't say sick girls. I just said.
Roxy, sorry, Don, I don't want to talk over you, but I would just like to point out, Top Girl, only about 15 minutes, 20 minutes ago, you actually shouted at me and told me that I was just as bad as Cockapoo for bringing the family on. So
that's exactly what I said. I didn't say any. I said you was the same.
So
as
I'm
Cockapoo.
just as bad. So what does that? What are you trying to imply by that? I think
like what you said to me, that Cockapoo shouldn't have done this and it was wrong. You did exactly the same thing a few days later. That's what I was pointing out. I didn't talk about the family. I talked about what your actions did.
Okay, can I say now?
You know how you pointed out my actions.
Can I answer you, Top Girl? So I'm going to say, as Angie has just said, I'm going to say my piece on this. I am not going to take back what I have spoken to with this poor family for the last 3 days or 3.5 days. Do not tell me what this family has been through, okay? I have seen and heard everything, right? And then you've got people on this app telling me that I am a pedlo enabler and that I am a pedlo friend. What is wrong with you people?
People need to realise, just because...
can
I just say something very quickly as we're talking about this? People need to realise, a victim may come on here, if you're accusing someone on TikTok, if it's someone off TikTok, That's different. If you're accusing someone on TikTok, then that's very different. And I'm not going to listen. I can't just sit there and say this person's telling the truth. No, I'm not about that because that person's claiming to be a victim. Do you get what I'm saying? And I do like Life on the Edge, believe 100% in the family. I don't regret putting the family on my platform. I do think Lisa Marie lied. I will say that. I think she is.
You've not changed your stance. You've not changed your stance. You've said it this from right to the beginning. The difference, what I'm pointing out, like Live said, I'm a hypocrite for saying what I said and then calling out DG. The difference is I've been educated on it because where I come from, it means a totally different word, but I've made it like I don't say it again. Have you seen them 2 words that two times that you said I've said it? I've not said it again.
Get the helplines, guys. Just quickly, one second. Helplines in the poll, please.
The thing is, what I said, I wasn't going to use that because I know that you haven't used it since, and I know you're educated. Because, like you said, I am friends with you, and I actually do like you, and you know I like you. But what I'm saying is, I was coming here saying, if one person has said sorry and learned from it, surely another person should be able to as well. That's all I was trying to say.
And since I pointed out DG's thing, I've not said it again to him. I'm only talking about it because Angie was talking about him going off last night, and then the disabled comment came up, and then I spoke about it. I've not said it to him again, so I don't understand. The thing
we'll
is,
get back to the TT situation. I'm on to about 10:30 anyway, so don't worry. Or 10 o'clock, whatever time. But yeah.
The only thing I was saying is, like, I had inboxed you, but you made me stay on when I told Angie I'm gonna go eat. And you said, I want to talk to you, Top Girl. But you could have done it on inbox because I had already inboxed you and you've said you've seen it.
No, I saw it come up because I was requesting the box at the same time as it.
But you told me to stay on, so you wanted to target me.
Helplines open before 9.
I just wanted to know your opinion, Top Girl. Sorry, that's all I wanted to know. But I didn't expect you to deflect back onto me and try and bring Angie in. And
the thing, I was just pointing out, like, you're calling me a hypocrite, but you've done the same. That's the only thing I was saying.
Yeah, I don't think that's right, guys. You know, when you fall out with someone and then next minute all their messages are getting bloody exposed. You know what I mean? I don't know what people
exposed. I wouldn't put her messages on. Firstly, only Jodie on and Alicia have my mobile number. That's it. Nobody else would ever have. Angie, do I even message you privately? So I don't talk to anyone on the inbox except for Charlie and Life on the Edge and Jodie. Like, I don't message anyone on inbox.
I just think in all this, people have to remember people's mental health.
Yeah.
Because it does affect people on this app. And yes, I jump in boxes and I will talk. But generally, I only want to say... So when I do talk about myself and my past...
People are questioning Charlie. What do you mean, Charlie? What Charlie?
Oh, Charlie, Alicia's mother, it's a girl, not Charlie. You're Charlie.
Yeah, it's Charlie.
No, not that one. I don't even follow him, I don't think. No, not Charlie, not that one.
Sorry, just Nana, was it you that were talking?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, I don't want to come for anybody on this app, and I certainly won't call anybody out. But I'm just saying, with things that affect me personally, I will, if I come across it, I will jump in it. Because it's the children for me, and I know what's going to happen, like what they've got to go through. So, and people's mental health, you know, you've got to remember that some people are stronger than others, and you know, it's so damaging. Do you know? I fought mental health all my life.
Yeah, all your life. Sorry to interrupt you, love. Sorry.
No, you fine. But I've struggled with mental health
all your life. It affects you all. I mean, I'm nearly 60, and I think it gets worse with age. Don't you agree, Nana?
Well, the thing for me is, because I now know that person's not around anymore, is gone.
Yeah.
I feel like I can speak out.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Recently, I have been blabbling on about it, but that's only for good. I don't want to do anything bad.
No.
Only to speak to people and say, you can speak out, you do have a voice.
Yeah.
Right, guys, it's 9 o'clock. It's time for your job search. Come on, get your job books out.
Who's that? Big up. Was that Connorson? Oh, thank you, Connor, for the gift. Thank you.
But we have to remember, and I do get what people are saying.
Oh, that's
We have to remember that it is an app, you know, and I think we have to take responsibility for ourselves as well. And if things are triggering and things are upsetting, we have to leave, you know. I think we can talk about people's responsibilities and And you know, this, if you had to take responsibility for everyone's mental health that came in this box or was in your comments, you'd never be off the phone. You know,
I agree
think,
with that, Hayley, 100%. And that's why I move out whenever EQ's
I do.
around.
I get off.
But what I will say on that as well, you say about people learning and the sorry and the move forward. But some people on this app don't do that. And it's not just EQ, there was a lot of them. But EQ affects me because of the way she talks about children. Forget about the person she's aiming it at. Remember the children. She's talking about that child, that their dad's going to do this, or you've done that to your grandchild. Remember that.
Just remember when she said that about somebody's grandchild, that person forgave her and let that person on in the box. And I'm talking about Miss Red. She was like, and we've sorted it out, this, that, and the other. Like, let's not keep going for EQ, blah, blah, blah. So, and look at even with Pearl, she's been educated on it, and she's not done it again. So when people grow, let's not put them back down for what they've done.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to say, Top Girl. So when people say sorry and they move forward, then that's when you turn around and say, well, you've listened, you've took note. But I'm sorry, some people don't.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
still doing the same thing.
When he made that racist remark about people who have no water in Africa, he's not grown, he's done something again. And people are just letting it slide. That's the difference.
I have heard about something else he's done.
If a comedian was to mock disability, or would you be on the phone complaining?
Probably.
Sorry, so again.
Like someone said in the comments, would you be on the phone complaining if it was a comedian that mocked disability?
No, because they go close to the bone, don't they? Like, if you've been and seen a comedian, like we went and watched Paul Smith for an example, and he does say things close to the bone. Jimmy Carr says things, he jokes about people's dads dying in 9/11.
I keep getting loads of comments saying, but these are ignorant people. Because I found a voice and I'm speaking up, these are ignorant people that can turn around and say to a woman that's been through trauma all her life to get off the app, do this, do that. Why should I, when I've worked all my life, I recently become disabled, I got on this app and then I've just gone round and then I come across Angie and Pearl, or Pearl first. So why should I not be able to have a voice now? I've always had not to be able to have a voice, so why can't I now?
But that's a good thing about Angie's platform. She lets everybody speak and she lets their opinion. She might not agree with it, but she will let you say what she wants to say. Anyway, can I go eat now? Life, do you want to say anything else? Because I'm really hungry.
I just want to say that I didn't come on here to attack you personally, and I'm sorry that you felt that way.
And I'm sorry if I've said something that was like really like below the belt, because I'm not a perfect person and I've never claimed to be perfect ever on this app.
And same
You
here.
two need to go and sort me out. Do
you know what?
People who think that me and Life will like hate each other, we're probably in each other's inbox as we speak. So like, don't try to get involved.
I think it'll probably make us a bit stronger. So
exactly. So don't even try to get involved, people, because it won't happen.
Exactly.
So, guys, getting back to the DG situation, because I want to talk a bit about the mental health side of it as well, because obviously his mental health isn't good. I don't know if he's left for good or he's having a break. I know you said it before. What do you reckon, guys? Do you think he'll come back to TikTok?
I think he'll come back, Angie, and I know it's for ranks, but I'm going to go eat because I'm hungry.
Yeah. I do think he'll come back, Ange. I think you know yourself, this app can be a nasty, nasty place. And when people are having their opinions, I'm going to cough 1 minute.
My opinion cost me still go ongoing.
Yeah, you think he will come back? But well, you know, I think men's mental health is quite important, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
It is very important. Men can be affected by mental health as well. Do you know what I mean? You're not taking that into consideration, that men can be affected.
That's it.
You'll come back for the dailies.
Right. Are you on about DG?
Yeah.
So what can you? So I don't know. I've just woke up and I've just caught up.
Basically, he's left the app. I don't know if that's true. If he's having a break.
Fair play to him.
Good at the moment, and I think JC and Wolf were talking about him, saying that he just needs to be left alone. I mean, my advice to him, you know, which is probably everyone else's, is to But he which I think he has done, deactivated his account.
Yeah, I think he was just taking time off, Ange.
I sat and thought about this last night, and DG came on here, and when DG came on here, he was taking the mickey out of other creators, doing his comical get up, etc. And he was funny. I found him funny. You might not find him funny. It's the same as if we both sit and watch a sitcom. We may like it, we may not. But at the end of the day, right, love him or like him, do you know what? He's a man. He's the same as anybody else. And if he wants a break, fair play to him. You have your break, mate. Come back fighting and do some more.
You know what? This is what my questions to Karma Kaz a while back is, he's doing an awareness on vulnerable, gifting, even though he's got his gifts on and everything else, and it gets gifted probably by vulnerable people. What's going to say? I've lost my point now, but bullying on social media is the biggest, I think. Bullying, because that does push people over the edge. And we'd all say, and people say it to me, I should take my own advice. If you feel if your mental health is not good, come off TikTok for a while, right? Just not saying you have to, like you're saying that just Nana, but obviously if your mental health is affected, that's the best advice, right? But are we going to say? Let's say it to the people that are not here anymore. They never came off the app. Or maybe they did. Maybe there was more, maybe it was also, because it does sometimes come off TikTok as well, doesn't it? Or social media, on WhatsApp or something. So, it's very well saying, well, come off, Those people are not here anymore. So, I think it's a very good discussion to have is bullying and mental health, men's mental health, on social media.
Definitely, and I agree with you 100%.
Do you know what I'm seeing at the moment is people are going from people's boxes from one creator to the other creator. And sorry, no disrespect, you're getting upset when you're talking about stuff. I understand. Some people have issues, but to keep going from one creators to the other creators to the other, I don't think that's right either. But with DG, I'm afraid to say, at the end of the day, I think he's a good bloke. I think he's funny. I think he will get it because don't forget he's run against somebody that's quite big on here, and he's tried sticking up for himself. And at the end of the day, he will be gunned for. And look, I don't know if anybody's noticing. There's a bloody great big link. There's one big link at the end of this chain, and it's become like a daisy chain, and you'll soon be attaching it. But at the end of the day, like I said, I like DG. Good on you, DG. Take your break, mate, and enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Just gotta tell her anyway.
Thank you, Angie the Grinch. But anyway, as I was saying, I think it's important to talk, to think about someone's mental health. Now, DG has taken a break. He has deactivated his account, I think, which is probably the best thing because no one can message him, and troll him. And for someone has said in the comments, what about me? Do I bully people by talking about people? There's a difference between talking about people, talking about creators on my platform and crossing that line. Now, when I was saying bullying, I'm talking about trolling. When people send messages of them, disgusting messages, threats. When people create fake accounts, we've all got fake accounts to spy. But, when you cross that line, you start actually harassing someone, stalking someone, sending them messages, constantly every single day hating on that person and sowing hatred maybe even. I talk about creators. Who doesn't? Everybody does on this platform. You know what I mean? But I don't go on about it for 2 weeks trying to find out who they are, going on Facebook, trying to, find out where they work. And listen, I've said things, I'm going to report you, but, saying and doing is another thing. I don't do any of that. You know what I mean? And that is bullying. You know what I mean? Or setting people up. That's also a really big one, which happens a lot on TikTok. People, or false accusations is another one. That's dangerous. You know, someone can unalive themselves from false accusations.
Yeah.
You know, all those kind of things. I'm not talking about just sitting here talking about a creator or a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely agree with that, Ange. And I think, you know, you know yourself sometimes, and I was going to say to just Nana before, is it more the comments that kind of affect you when you are in boxes because of what they say? Because I do think you have to have a real thick skin to be on social media, but I think whatever you discuss, so whether you're doing this, Ange, or you're just talking about your life in general, because you're talking about it on this app, you are allowing other people on this app to have an opinion on that, and they will, and I think that's...
Listen, all I want to do is come on the app, enjoy it, because that's what I've been doing. It's only recently that I've been jumping in boxes, in Angie's box and Pale's box.
Oh no.
But what I will say, I only call out SA because it affects me. But I don't think of me, I think of children and others that are going through that. And yes, it does affect me when people go on about it, so I leave. I've jumped out the box, I've learned to leave, and I don't really want to keep going on about it. But when people are telling me that I shouldn't have a voice, why shouldn't I?
No, you should.
Why shouldn't I be
have
able
a
to come in a box? If I don't like something, I'm taking myself away from it. And that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, I just think sometimes, just Nana, the comments will prey on vulnerabilities, and I think
honestly, I've just listened, I've just read loads of comments, and this one guy specifically keeps going on and on and on. But it's not affecting me, and I won't answer him back because I don't care.
Yeah,
and I've got a voice now, and I'm going to speak up. And do you know what it is with me? Yes, I'm in here and I'm talking and I'm just talking away. If I had the confidence in myself to do it on my own platform, I would, but I haven't. And that's why I thank Angie and Pearl, because they do make me feel safe to come in and be able to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I feel. I feel safe when I come in here. Yeah.
Hi, Connor. Can't hear you, Connor.
He's making his coffee.
Oh, can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, I didn't mean to.
absolutely.
Oh, I didn't mean to request. Sorry. I must have hit it by
Thank God you were on the
accident.
toilet.
No, I must have hit it by accident. I'm just shaving my beard.
I don't think Connor even knew he was here.
It's about DG, and also I think mental health and bullying. I think that's really, really important to talk about. Do you know what I mean? If anyone does suffer with mental health, especially if you are a man, do please jump in the box, because I think JC, he did hit it on the nail on the head when he said about men don't talk about it because they feel that they have to be that kind of macho kind of show that macho image, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they feel that if they open up, they're weak. And I think that's where people need to we need to change that around, and for men to have a voice if this is how they feel.
And it's true, Angie, because if DG came on now and he was really open about how he felt and he cried all this and that, he would just get more bullying for it.
Oh yeah, they would be saying, "Oh, he's doing the weeklies, he's putting it on," and that. I think he's done the best thing by coming off for a little bit. But once again, people have come at him saying, "Well, he's probably going to come back and do the weeklies." He'll be on the. You get what I'm saying?
Do you think it's bullying though, when people are just discussing take like the comments and obviously the messages he's probably had? Do you think people discussing it is bullying?
No, I don't. I think as a host, I think like myself, but I don't care.
I think what's bullying is when you go around in boxes, you talk about it and you don't let the other people explain.
Yeah, I think people do have a responsibility about what they say as a host, especially if you've got a huge platform like DG has. They have to have that responsibility and be careful what they say. And people are going to discuss it. I don't think it's bullying, no. But I think when people go as far as sending messages of threats and stuff like that, then yes, definitely.
And let's be honest, right? That's the reason that others don't like Angie. It's due to the fact of they'll discuss it, they'll slate somebody, they'll slag them off, but they won't allow them in their box to defend themselves. That's the difference. Whereas Angie will, but then Angie will be said, oh, why are you letting that go? Well, hold on, you've been talking out your mouth about them. Let them talk. You've got to get what you want.
And with me, it's like people are like, with a lot of people, they don't attack the argument. They start getting personal. You piss off, you this, you that, you don't wash, you don't that. That's bullying. Because if you want to discuss me, but I don't sit there saying, you need a shower. You know, I mean, it doesn't bother me, but other people it might. You know, I've heard
And the
it.
thing is, what I would say is,
I will just say I do
this app,
actually shower,
everybody has got an opinion. Whether you think it's right or wrong, it's an opinion. And I'm sorry, but people are going to talk about it, aren't there? In every walks of life.
Yeah, and I like this situation. I don't think it's
got an
bullying.
opinion on your life, and they won't let you explain your life because they've heard that side of life. That is also wrong.
Yeah, I agree with
The
you.
thing is, it's up to people to make up their own minds, right? So I'm not saying that you're wrong, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying people have got the right to have their own opinion and choose which path they want to go down or who to believe.
We hear from
We
new
only
people.
know your truth.
I'm happy to drop down if people want.
Yeah, no, there's no.
I'll drop.
Jump in the box, but I'm putting new people in. Hi, Coyote.
Yeah, drop me down if you want to.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Do you know what? The one thing I did like about DG, he said, like, I come on here and I do what I do, but there's certain things I don't talk about, which is his family and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, in such deep, he doesn't talk about it and doesn't show. And that's his right. If he wants to protect them, that's his right. But when people are threatening to go digging for them, now you're out of order. Because they're not on the app. It's the same as anybody. Unless you sit there and you talk, you thingy, you shouldn't be going for their family. It's the person. It's if you don't like the person, that's fine. But don't go digging for their family. That's out of bounds.
Yeah.
By anybody.
And do you know what, Choo? Sometimes do you not think it's half of these accounts that have no face, or they click, like, if you look at the comments there saying like Bun Haley or whatever, they're accounts with no faces or fake profiles. Like, if you're going to have a voice and you're going to be on the internet, have a voice, have a backbone and put your own picture behind it.
Listen,
sit on a real account.
Yeah.
Why are you sat on fake accounts trolling people at fucking 9 a.m. in the morning?
Because they've got nothing better to do.
Coyote. Hi, Coyote.
Hi, I just feel that whether you think it's bullying or not bullying, if you are a top creator, you have a lot of followers, you influence them followers. And quite often, a lot of them followers then go on to whoever you are insulting or putting down or whoever you describe them. They then go on to them other creators or whoever it is, and they then give them hate, and then they give them threats. And they think that they can see whatever they want because they follow a top creator that is insulting them. So you might not find that as bullying, but if you've got subscribers, can't even say the word, you've got subscribers and you have also big followers, them followers then do what you say. Not all
At the end of the day, I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. Because
Are you a little bit muffled, Choo? As who's talking, Choo Choo?
Yeah, sorry. We're all grown ass adults, right? Let's be honest. You saying, "Oh, he's an influencer. He's sitting up there." No, I watch him because he's absolutely funny. I find him hysterical, right? And then there's other creators. I don't watch him because I want to be them. I'm sorry. It's not like I sit with Angie. I like Angie because she's a bit like me. She's direct and says it is as it is, and I don't think, now I want to become Angie. You're a grown-ass adults. So why have you got to follow him? I'm sorry, no disrespect.
Same way, I also feel there's also the other side where if you are triggered or affected, you know what that host is about, then don't follow, block. A lot of people always say they're affected by me, but yet they're still following me. They have not blocked me. They still see me on their FYP. So obviously you cannot be triggered. And I do think a lot of people just say it because of their dislike for me. I don't think they are triggered. Like I think his name Zach was on live this morning, and he completely, half the people are not triggered, but they say it for attention and all this, and they say it because they just have a dislike for that person.
I would say it does work both ways, though.
Yeah. Do you have an on men's mental health or anything like that?
I've suffered with it myself, so probably still do. But I'm old school. I'm one of them ones. I'll have a depressed 2 days, and then I'll get out of bed and sit there and think, right, sort your fucking self out, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and get the fuck on with it. But I know that there's not men out there that are like that, you know. So I've always got time for people. I've always like, if anybody ever come to me and spoke to me about it, I would always have all the time in the world for them. But me personally, I do deal with my mental health in a different way, which isn't really, it's probably not ideal, but it's just how I find it works best for me, because I find if I give myself too much time to sit there and dwell on it, then I do let it take over. And sometimes I do have to turn around and just give it to myself, sort your fucking self out. There's people in a worse situation than you. Get on with your fucking life.
I was just
Wealthy. Do you find it easy to open up to people?
Not really. I won't. It's not something that I would openly. Look, I can tell people that I suffer with it, but it's not something that I'd go into depth about. I wouldn't sit there saying, right, this is what's caused it. This is how I'm feeling. This is how it's making me feel. I'd be able to say to someone, I just feel a bit shit today, but that's about the length and breadth of it.
Yeah. Do you feel that's because you have to act a certain way, being male?
Yeah, but again, I'm my own worst enemy. That's because I'm old school again. In my brain, I'm a geezer. I'm a man. I'm meant to be strong and hard. But that's my own worst enemy.
Well, a lot of men do feel that way.
Yeah, that's how I let myself feel, and that's how I protect myself as well. Because I sit there and think, right, if I put on this broad front that I'm a geezer, I'm this and I'm that, then, you know, that's how I protect myself.
So when I first saw my dad cry when he was diagnosed with cancer, don't worry guys, I'm not trauma dumping, I was shocked. I was like, you know, it hurt me more because I'd never seen him cry before. You know what I mean? So it does. It kind of, you know, really hurts you more when you see a male cry, because, you know, we've got it into that men don't get upset. You know, men act a certain way, and that's where we need to change that, eh?
I think nowadays men are changing more, but like Alfie says, I think it's a generation thing as well, because like and you, Ange, back then you would never see the man in a house or anything like that be like that. So when they do it is a shock. But I think nowadays, I think men are now opening up to each other, and it's really a lovely thing to see. And I think it gives them that outlet. But then guess what? I think also then, but I've seen some lives before when men are talking about their stuff, and I've watched the comments and the vile stuff they're saying just because they're finally opening up, that doesn't help.
This is what I was going to say, because we're saying here that it's changing for men, and men need to kind of like open up more and have that space to do it. But it's actually society itself, and it's people within society that don't allow men that space to do that. Like for this instance now with DG, you know, we're all judging him and saying, oh, he's only doing it for weekly rankings, this and that. How do we know? You know, he's done the right thing. As Alfie just said, Alfie takes himself away for two days, a couple of days, and he deals with himself, and then he picks himself back up. That's probably what DG is doing, to be fair. You know?
Yeah,
I think the reason I do that as well is because I think it's an unpopular opinion, but in my brain, I don't think it's healthy to indulge in that feeling. I get that it makes us feel good to sit there and have a depressed day and a depressed week, but me personally, I don't think that's healthy for us, because I think the more we sit in that and the more we allow that to take over us, I think the more it drags us deeper. So I think personally, you do have to get to a point where you have to recognise the situation that you're in, and you do have to turn around and say, right, this is not going down a good path, and I do need to get myself up, and I need to get myself out, as much as it might hurt me and as much as it might fuck me off, but I do need to get up and I need to do something about it.
Yeah, and also I want to discuss also Dave Duran, because I do want to mention him as well. So he's, you know, his mental health, you know, because I know people, I've not seen it, but people say he wasn't in a good place last night. Does anyone know anything about the Dave Duran situation? Because I know that here a lot of people have created. See, the thing, this is how I see it. A lot of people. Let me just say this first. A lot of people create fake accounts of him, right? And he's been getting reported left, right, and centre. Now I don't know where it's TikTok. TikTok could be the issue, right? Where people are fighting for views, fighting for the leaderboard, fighting to be liked, fighting for this. They're constantly fighting. And I was actually on the phone to someone last night, and I said, do you know what? I've just got to a point. I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? I don't want to be fighting for this, fighting for that. Not that I have done. But sometimes, you know, with the competition, like for the battle, the MT, I was so anxious. Am I okay? I'm glad, you know, I'm still happy. It was an amazing battle. I lost, but I don't want to be constantly fighting. And where some people might get really upset they've lost a battle, or they're all constantly fighting on TikTok. And I think TikTok is a lot of the issue, especially with Dave Duran and DG. 100%. I think they're so, like myself, so fixated on TikTok. It's like an addiction. You know what I mean? And everyone's fighting for the views, and people have been slagged off left, right, and centre. Everyone's fighting to be liked and to be the best. And I think, the competition, TikTok is the problem. And that's why I think it's so important, if for Dave Duran, if he's feeling his mental health, he needs to come off. Because him breaking down, I don't know if he did break down. This is just what I've been told. He wasn't in a good place last night. Him feeling that way was because of TikTok.
Hi, Angie. Can I just quickly say about the mental health side of things? Hello. So I think it's really, really important for people. Obviously, I get that that's Alfie's way of dealing with things, but that kind of mindset about men just getting on with it, and kind of, I back to a team, so I'm quite in touch with my emotions. But like my dad, for example, my uncle was like deteriorating from the sea, and like he just bottles everything up, and it's just he preaches that he needs to to me and my brother to speak about things and stuff, but he just doesn't do it himself, and it's just quite a weird thing. But I definitely think that self-care is very, very important. Therapy really does help, obviously depending on the person, but for me that mindset that you just have to get on with it, and you have a few days. Having a few days sometimes is you need more than a few days. You can't get out of this thing. It's like a cycle. You can't get out of it. So it also depends on the person, but
yeah. You know what? Someone just hit the nail on the head. I don't know what else people as a host would do without the boxes. So I don't know. But having your own content. When I first came on TikTok, I had my own content. I was dancing, singing. I didn't put people in the boxes. And I think G Crew hates boxes too because it causes drama. It really does. But then saying that, people like jumping in the boxes, and then you got the other side of it where people like jumping in the boxes and having a conversation and voicing their opinions, and because it also helps their mental health. But it also causes a lot of problems. These goddamn boxes. 100%. I'll be the first one to say get rid of the boxes. But then at the same time, like Just Nana and all these people in it, you better get in the box and have your say, and talk to people
and finally have a voice. But it's
that's another side of it. But I honestly, I'd be all up for getting rid of the boxes.
I think it's how the boxes are used. I think it's how the people in the boxes are treated, how they treat others. It's that kind of thing. Because the boxes actually could be really, really positive depending on how they're used.
Yeah, I mean, this is a drama platform. We all know that. So I get you what you're saying. But even it being a drama platform, I'll be the first to say, get rid of the boxes. I'm happy to because I think it'll change me as a person. Because I think my mental health, like a lot of these creators, have suffered because of TikTok. Yeah. And I think get rid of these boxes, and I'll just come on and actually have a laugh. And I don't love, but like I said, the only thing is you wouldn't have a voice, would you?
Yeah. But if they took away the gifts and they took away the money side of TikTok, how many of these big creators would stick around? Would EQ still take all the shit that she gets, quite rightly? Would she still stick around to get all of that if the gifts and the money wasn't a part of that?
No, she'll just go to another app. It's easy as that. That's exactly what they will do. But what I want to just say, because I can see a lot of comments, people saying, about old school, etc. When you're brought up in the 70s, 80s, I don't know if you'll agree with this, Angie, but at the end of the day, we were told if you fell over, get up, wipe yourself down, no tears, move on. If it was the case that you had an argument with somebody, you have a punch up, one-on-one, you get over it. You get on with it, that was it, nobody else gets involved. You're told to... You're programmed, or whatever way you want to put it, That's how you move on. If you're crying and everything, wipe those tears away. Don't cry. Don't want to hear. That's how things were back then. We can't change that. We tried to change it, but we can't. But at the end of the day, that's how we was all brought up. And so we do have a right to say our generation or back in the day, that's how it was. And for one thing, I always know my brother was told, never cry. You're a man. Wake up. Pull your, or even us girls, pull your big girl pants up and move on. That's it.
Well, you know, can I just speak up there for you? Sorry, I can't see your name. Choo Choo. I love that, Choo Choo. I think I just picked up on what you said. I was born in '66, and so I know what you're saying about being brought up in the '70s, and you know, where you fall over, you take all the gravel out your knee when you're playing rounders, and you get on with it, and you stick up for yourself, and you do this and that and the other. Yeah. Don't cry, don't be a big baby, and all that. And a lot of us were brought up like that, where you just be quiet and just get on with it. Anything happens, you don't say nothing. But look at all the people now that are broken down with terrible mental health issues, and getting that are grown now, that are in the 50s and the 60s.
Empty, I see you, man.
I think it's.
You know what I
Do you know
mean?
what it is? I think personally, I think it's a balance.
And they're in the amounts of medication people are on, and all this depression and suicides and things, because they're coming out.
Belinda, what I'm going to do? Belinda,
Sorry, wrong word. Unalived.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, but come back. Just and come back, yeah.
Drop down and come back, Belinda, so you don't get
What do you mean? Drop down, come back.
Drop out of the box and then come back up just in case you get banned.
And then come back in, okay?
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right.
I think it is. Do you know what it is? I think it is a balance. I think you're both very right. Choo Choo's right. Belinda's right. You're both very right. But I think that it's push and shove. You've got to have an equal degree of it. You've got to have. Yes, I do agree. You have got to give yourself that time where you do sit there and you do let yourself go with your emotions, and you do make yourself. And you do indulge in the feelings that you're feeling. But then I do feel that it is unhealthy to let that carry on for a very long period of time. I feel like it does get to a point where you do have to turn around and say to yourself, come on, bring yourself back now.
Yeah, because the thing is, all right, I'm sorry if I'm going to say.
I've invited you. I don't know where you disappeared to.
We didn't have all the services that are available now to people. We didn't have any of that. It's like so. Okay, let me just do a point out. When you go back over your family tree, or you look at the back of the past, there's like medical conditions, for example, and let me say the C one.
Thank you.
I didn't know generations had this.
Sorry,
they never spoke about it. So now it's actually interesting finding out why they're now gone. But we wouldn't have known about that. They didn't talk about it. Something was not talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with what Sinfield said here in the comments, right? I agree this needs closing down. It's not good for people at all. It's just about money, nothing but money, blah, blah, blah. I do think that some people's mental health is because of money on TikTok. And I think because they've got that addiction to TikTok, and it's just this constant competition. And also obviously we are responsible for what we say. So we do get trolled for saying the wrong thing.
It's like the real life.
I wonder if they would have that mental health if they stayed off TikTok.
But
can I just say something?
Because you're right. I think they are addicted to the money. And if they come off of TikTok, they're not getting that feeding frenzy. So if they removed all that side of TikTok, then it genuinely could have been a better place. I think that does drive a lot of the mental health issues, because people are choosing the money over their own mental health and staying on this app because they want the money.
I agree.
Listen, can I just say something? TikTok's a really fake, and it's really horrible app for people what have got suffering with mental health. People what suffer bad mental health shouldn't really come on this app, because the trolls are horrible. The people, it's one rule for one, another rule for somebody else. This app is disgusting. It is the worst app possible because it's just vile. I've known people.
You know what? I'll be the first one to say
it's horrible.
You know,
I have got autistic kids at home. Yeah, I am up all night. I can come on live and the disgusting marks what you get. Wow, it's horrible. You know what I mean? Get your son to sleep. Oh, I hope you get cancer. Do you know the things what people say on here? I hope they sleep really good at night, because you know people on here suffer really badly. Some people can be full of life and come on here and dance till the heart contents doesn't mean that they're happy inside. That's what makes them feel better coming on here. But when I come on here and I look and I flick through things and I'm like, wow, some of this stuff on here is horrific.
So is that not
Queen? They would never
Can I just quickly say something? Someone said it's not the app, it's the people on it, right? You know, 100%. You know, some people that say things, the trolls, blah blah blah, the bullying. Yes, yeah. But do you not think it's also a bit of TikTok when they've got these gifting levels on here? So you got a gifting level here, right?
They shouldn't even have gifts on here. It's all for money. They shouldn't even have gifts on it. It's disgusting.
You know, it's all competition, isn't it?
It is, and it shouldn't be a competition. People are equal. People are equal opportunities. People have got their own lives to live, and they come on here. They show people what they do. I show people what I do with my autistic kids, because I know there's thousands of people around the country what are in the same position as me. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, but you know, I think it's horrible. It makes my skin crawl to think people are on here and being rude and being disrespectful, and they're always talking about some high creator. Them high creators wouldn't be on this page if they weren't earning money, mate. Trust me.
Some said it's, it's not the money, but what I'm saying is some hosts, you know, they're all trying to be relevant, you know, the competition behind it. And I think it's probably affecting some people's mental health because of it. You know, they're trying to do their negative thing.
Everybody wants to try and be in front of everybody on this page, and
like people trying to,
it don't have to be.
Like people saying the most negative things, maybe, you know, to be relevant, to be on FYP, like CLA, and you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, Deidre, someone like him says it's a business, it's a transaction. Like, they don't care for the people in the comments, they don't care for people that are in the boxes, and I think, you know, with people that are gifting, I don't always agree with it's the host's responsibility to ensure those people are okay. I think there comes a point in life that we are all grown adults and we should protect our own peace, and whether that's watching someone, not watching someone, gifting, not gifting. And I completely get like the manipulation side of it, but again,
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing, but someone just made a comment. I've just stood on my grandson's Lego.
I laughed as well.
It's true, isn't it?
We know what that's like.
You can't be responsible for everybody, Ange, and people that
Oh, listen, believe me, I don't take responsibility.
Out of curiosity, Ange, while we've got everyone on, if gifts and things weren't of value, would you sit on TikTok all day and do what you do?
No.
Yeah.
Of course,
See,
I would.
Yeah, you would.
Kidding, guys.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, but that's the same as Dave Duran. It's like people mock Dave Duran and they're saying what they're saying. But at the end of the day, I can tell you now, if they stopped all this, Dave Duran would just move on. He takes the piss out of himself.
He's got horses, hasn't he?
So
he's got horses in Newmarket.
Yeah.
He's loaded. He doesn't need TikTok. He does it for company, probably.
But that still doesn't mean he should get the hate and everything else that he does. At the end of the day, he's honest.
Dave Duran.
Like, he made that video, somebody's making fake accounts against me. Oh, why would you do that? Because I'm just a slob. Do you know what I mean? He don't really care. And he's
not bothered.
I think what he's done, he's got stuff from here, but he does have sidelines, and I think people forget that. He has other things. So if he did fall off, it wouldn't bother him. He just comes on here just for the jokes and the giggles, and I like him.
Yeah, I think he's ace.
Sorry, I'm going to get to you next, Daily Antics, but did he break down yesterday, Dave?
No, I don't. It was wind up. You know what Dave's like. He just takes the piss out of himself. So I
was going to say everyone go and support him, but sod that.
Yeah. And I think that's the difference in it. Some people will make the money on the app and put that into something that will progress their life. But
yeah, but there's a
people
lot of people people feel sorry for people on this app and all, because you've got a person what wants to be a man, a woman, but then he's getting people to feel sorry for him. They're gaining money and he still hasn't done it. So
Yeah,
it's a lot of fake
Alphabet's a
stuff on
different
the same
breed.
time. Yeah, there's no need to be like that though. That's just really cruel, really, isn't it? If it's
But
going to be
But she should
Sorry?
never have been allowed back on the app after that live. That shouldn't have been a thing. That account should never. And you know what? I think.
Yeah, but that's just fooling other people, isn't it? That's just taking advantage of people and all.
No, but do you know what? Yesterday, right, he was really the time I did see emotion from him, because somebody, I don't know who it was, this person came in to his live and started throwing lines around as if they were like, I'm just going to sit here now and throw a piece of paper on the floor. This person was doing it, and he was like, and you could see clearly gobsmacked by it. But at the end of the day,
This video. This is the only video I got, because people saying that. Sorry, but loud. People saying that he broke down last night. Right. This is the only video I've got. It's been in the morning.
Good morning to you. Just for a little message out there, guys. There's a load of people inboxing me. There's loads of fake accounts in Dave Duran's. So they're adding people up, so it's not me. Okay. No. I can't imagine why anybody would want to make an account of Dave Duran's. Because I'm just a dosser. Top of the morning to you.
Yeah. So I don't understand when people say he broke down. Is that the video?
Angie, do you know, a couple of days ago, he was, I don't know if anybody else saw him, he was down Newmarket and the horses were walking around and stuff, and he was talking to us all, and he was having a quick chin wag now and again with the jockeys as they were going by, and then somebody came on his other phone and he strapped for cash, and you couldn't hear the other person, but it sounded quite desperate and everything else. So Dave said to him, or her, whoever, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Listen, send me your bank details and I'll put some money in your bank. You don't have to worry about it. I'll sort it for you.
He does help a lot of people off this app.
And
I know he does.
So that's what he did, and that's what he does. He's forever doing it. When he was in, is it Tenerife you went the other week? I get mixed up with them little islands. I think it was Tenerife. He done it when he was there. People were phoning him up, and he was boxing people off and sorting people out, and he's just got the biggest heart.
And it's the same as anything. If you don't like a creator, you don't like what the creator's about, guess what? You can swipe up and go to another creator. It's your choice.
Exactly. I mean, we know he's got a mouth like a sewer and a mind like a sewer, but that's the way some blokes are, aren't they? You know, he's a geezer, isn't he?
He's always been like that, though.
Exactly.
I don't understand why people are saying...
I'm not knocking him. I don't mean it in a knocking way. I'm just saying that's just the way he is. That's him. It's like Johnny Brown, just the way he is.
That's part of it. That's part of it.
Like an act, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course. But he's got the biggest heart, hasn't he, Choo-Choo?
You know what? Someone has said, right, Dave and DG don't care about you, so why do you care about them, right? And this is probably for all of us, yeah? So I just mute because there's a bit of a noise in your background, Queen. And, you know, I get what you're saying, because I was saying yesterday that, you know, I have opinions about people and, you know, I back certain people and things. And I think to myself, I know Mama Care, she says some nice words about me the other day, so I do appreciate that. But then I think to myself, you know, when I've had beef with people and I've been in a bad way and, you know, I haven't been in a good place, no one's had my back apart from here, obviously, apart from this community here. But no creator really has had my back. So, and I just think to myself, why do I have theirs?
I don't know, because the other day I did say, when people were slating you for doing what you did and having what you had in your box, Dave did turn around and say...
Dave's had my back.
There he is.
Keep my name out
Hey,
your
Dave.
fucking mouth.
No, we won't. We love
Dave,
you.
are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
We're just talking about men's mental health and, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a big thing that is, but it's not just men, it's also women and everything like that. You've got to understand that. But also, like, I know I've just heard what you said, and you said like some creators have not had my back, and I'm going to probably make a bad thing about this here now, but Angie is definitely right. You think that your friends are on this app, but what you've got to remember, this app is for people's financial gain. And listen, do you really think they give a fuck about your mental health when they only just want to make a pound coin? You're just the next battle. Listen, you're TikTok buddies, man. You're TikTok buddies. You're not friends. Friends are the people that inbox you and say you're okay or stuff like that.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I mean? You know where I'm coming
apart
from?
from you, listen, Dave, you've helped Ems and you've had my back at, with things.
I'm not a saint though, Ans. I've tried to help people, but I'm still not a fucking, I am what I am. People are going to dislike me or like me. It doesn't mean because I've tried to help someone that I'm an amazing person. But you just got to realise, and seriously, just because people get in your box, just because people send you a rose or something like that, and then they go live, it doesn't mean they care about you, Angie.
They don't give a flying frig on this app just to make money. I've already said that.
I'm so sorry. What you've got to remember is this app is for most people's financial gain, man. And listen, let me tell you something. Someone that wants to be successful and be financial gain will always tell you what you want to hear, right? Yeah. But then when they come off the app, they say, "Oh, fuck that old bag."
Not always,
they're only telling you what you want to hear, because then your community and everybody else will love them and support them. But deep down, when you come off the app, they don't give two fucks who you are. They don't care.
100%.
Dave, can I ask you the same question as I asked Ange? Do you know if this app didn't have gifts and wasn't monetary driven with the leaderboards, etc., would you stay on the app?
Well, I'm going to answer you this, right? And I'll say this, and I know my friends, this is how I am, yeah?
Yeah.
People on this app, right? Listen, I do not sit here all the time. I don't need to sit in a chair to pay my mortgage, to pay my car finance, and to fund my life. I do not jump in people's inboxes to tell them what they want to hear so they support me financially. I can't give two fucks if this goes tomorrow. I am okay the way I am. People can think this about me, can think that about me. I do not have to pay my bills through TikTok social media. Now, the people that sit, why would anybody want to sit there in a chair and battle all day? Why would you want to do that? It's financial gain.
Yeah.
I hated it this week. I nearly turned mine off yesterday. I said to my people, I can't do this. I can no longer sit here because it's going against what I call out. How can I sit here, battle day in, day out, and be a hypocrite and call other people for it? That's that's going against what I'm saying. People are going to say, you're full of shit, mate. You're fucking calling everybody else for it, and then you're sat there doing it. Do you know what I'm saying?
But I did
know. I quit it yesterday, and then everybody's fucking bombarded me, and I still don't feel good about doing it. But I was okay before TikTok. I'll be okay after TikTok. The people that are sat on here for financial gain, they'll be fucked after TikTok. They might live a little deluded fucking life in their head where they think they're famous and all this because it's TikTok. Take TikTok away and you're just the same as everybody else. We're all equal.
Yes, but the thing was, and it's all right, people sitting down there and turn your gifts off. At the end of the day, yesterday, I was in Dave Duran's.
Attention to them. I don't pay attention.
And people were telling Dave, no, you're not, carry on, we want to carry on. And it's them, it's his community, they want him to carry on.
The problem you've got with hated comments, the problem I'm going to say, I don't really care. The hated comments, they're jealous people, they're just people that they're never going to bump into me in the street. They're all going to say sticks and stones and all that shit. I don't really care about any of them. I'm not interested. The people I care about are the people that I class as close to me off the app, good friends that I've met on the app. But still, I have got people on this app that think I'm good friends with them. And I know for a fact, and when I put it out there, it's going to be out, that they've crossed me so many bad ways. They don't know I know this, but believe me, when my time's up, every fucker's gonna know.
Well, I hope it's not our Ange. Look how scared she is there.
Angie's, listen,
And it's definitely not me because I'm his number one fan.
it's like me. Sometimes Angie's platform, it needs cancelling. It needs cancelling, right?
Oh, shut up, Dave.
But some days she's brilliant. Some days she's brilliant. But other days she's a fucking nightmare. I mean,
Dave, you've got to realise it's TikTok. People love the drama. You know, people love drama.
Look at your face.
Dave, you've got to also realise I don't sit here battling 24/7. I get
no, 100%, Ange. No, you don't. I don't.
and I do get put randoms in my box that have a voice. Yes, it's drama. People love drama.
I was a random
drama. They also pay for drama.
I would say, Ange, you're not on here for financial gain. I think you're on here for the banter, the drama, the company. That's what I think you are, because I'm not going to be nasty. You don't really financially gain through TikTok, and your platform is one of the fucking worst platforms some days, but then one of the best, funniest platforms other days.
Yeah, but Dave, I do. Even though you say that, Dave, I still bring in the viewers. People love drama. You can't deny that. They love the drama.
I watched it.
Can I just say, Miss J and Dave Duran, I've got to say, you remind me of George and Mildred.
Well, Miss J is a catfish, and Miss Red's left the app because she's found out Miss J has been sleeping with the fella.
Dave! And you know, Dave Duran, you know, I was going to say, financially, even though I don't see 24 hours battling, I don't make bad money on TikTok. I can't say and say
Good morning, everybody.
Morning,
Pearl. Morning. I was going to go live. I'm still waiting for some more customers coming, so I thought I'll have 5 minutes an hour, Anges.
Dave put it out there, by the way, Pearl. He always does it. He comes in and then drops.
It's funny, and he just drops bombshell. It's the second worst platform on the app, and then he would have said you fucker.
Dave could be right, but me and you, Pearl, because you sometimes have drama on your platform, not always, but sometimes it does kick off. Bring in the viewers. People love drama. When there's no drama, people are like, where's the drama? You know what I mean? They do.
It's a British thing for sure, because even that's why people like Love Island and things like that. Everyone likes watching bloody beautiful people get dumped. When they're all in love, no one will watch it.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you and Pearl are for the people, and you are people in your boxes. I think, Angie, what you should do in the morning, before anything else, is put your music on, because you do play some good music. Let everybody get in the mood. Everyone lift the spirits, and then do your debates like you normally do.
Yeah, debates.
A lot of them, truthful, right? Me and you, Angie, right? We're both the same. We'll come on. We never ever ask for a gift. Very rare. We'll do a couple of battles unless it's like an arranged match, right? But we would rather just sit and have a chat to the people. There's not many people that come on. There isn't, truthfully, and just sit and have a chat to anybody if there was
exactly.
Yeah, this is what I love. I love to be able to just Pearl talks sense and truth. So do you, and this is what I love. I love to be able to just come in, like, even I don't like politics, but even if there was a debate on that, I'd probably jump in on that just because I love a debate.
And the thing is, it's like, I see in the comments people saying, oh, boring, but you're still here.
Yeah.
But we don't need to add to people's mental health.
Like it.
Genuine. They're genuine. That's what you're trying to say, Nana. They're genuine.
Yeah, but just because we're in here, I don't want to hurt anybody or contribute to anybody's mental health. But I do think, get everybody up in the morning, have a bit of a sing-along, because everyone feels good with a bit of music, and just move forward with your day. And if we can do just a little bit of good.
Guys, can I ask you a question?
Okay. I'll jump down and come back in a bit. Sorry, everybody, I'll have to go.
Okay. I was going to ask you a question. Okay, I'll ask when you come back.
Bye, Pearl. What?
I was going to ask you, do you think, even though we put people in the boxes, do you think boxes cause a lot of mental health?
1,000,000%. A million, because you never know how it's going to go. Of course it does.
Even though I love boxes, I'd be the first one to see them.
Come on, let's be truthful. I love the unexpected.
Yeah.
You can think, oh, well, this is shit and it's boring and this, that and the other, then with just in a flick of a switch, it can go tits up, so. And I think
even though we give people a voice, I'll be happy to see the boxers do.
But when people are on here and they're doing FYPs, they're talking about different creators and what's been going on in the day. But average people just want to talk about average things.
Yeah.
Guys, I do put people, different people in the boxes, but no one's requesting.
Yeah. Can you hear me, baby? Right,
Yeah,
listen,
I'll have
let
one
this order
first.
up because they're coming
Oh,
down
got
for
two
it and I'll
people.
come back in a bit.
Oh, okay.
Sandwich, please. Bacon sandwich.
I mean, how many people on here would want to sit around and say, I had a crap day yesterday because blah, 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 blah. I know that's boring, but I just feel like to get your mental health going, for me, this is bringing my mental health better because I'm able to speak.
Can we do a karaoke Friday? It's my birthday Friday.
Yeah,
Should we do a karaoke or something? But that's tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Do you know what else I love? Quizzes.
Tomorrow, Ange.
You know what I mean? Like a good quiz is fantastic.
Oh, yeah?
No, I can't. No, I was thinking something fun, maybe karaoke. Hi, Grinch.
Yeah, karaoke.
I love it. Love it. No, no, Grinch. Love you.
I'm 12 again now. I'm 12 again.
Gift responsibly. I always put the same people. I mean, different people in the boxes, as no one's requesting the box. And when if someone new comes in, I don't even tell them I'm going to drop them. I just drop them.